This CFO training tape will deal with pass interference. A thorough understanding of pass interference is the key to being successful in making these calls. Pass interference rules can be found in Rule 7, Section 3, Article 8 and 9. In this tape, we will deal with defensive pass interference as well as offensive pass interference. Pass interference, both defensive and offensive calls, are judgment calls. So if one is to become good at recognizing these calls, he or she needs to have a good understanding of the rule. He or she also needs to know when it is not pass interference. We like to place pass interference calls, whether they're defense or offense, into several different categories. For defensive pass interference, there are 6 categories we like to use. They are early contact, or not playing the ball, playing through the back of a receiver, grabbing and restricting the arm of a receiver, armbar, that is extending an arm across the body of a receiver, cut off, that is cutting off the receiver, taking him off his route, and hook and restrict the receiver in attempt to get to the ball. Offensive pass interference can be broken down into 3 categories: creating separation from the defender, driving through a defender who has established his position, and third, picking off a defender who is attempting to cover a receiver. Let's look at these different categories. In this play, we want to pay attention to the receiver at the top of the screen and the defender. As you can see, as he moves downfield, the defender is going to grab him right there, and he stays with him and he holds on to him. And we have defensive pass interference. So we have early contact or not playing the ball. As you'll see when we go to the replay, you'll see that the defender does have the early contact. As you can see right there, he's not playing the ball. Now he's going to turn around and look for the ball, but it's already got the early contact. Also, he's going to grab him at the waist if you look at there. So we could possibly have more than one category on this, but defensive interference is a correct call. As we look at this play, this is the man that you want to watch. He's field judge's man, and the field judge will make the call. You won't see it until we go to the end zone, but there's early contact and not playing the ball by the defender, number 25. So as you go to the end zone shot, you want to pay particular attention to the contact by number 25. You can see right here he goes in. He's already made contact. He's got contact there. He's trying to go with him. He's staying all over him. So we have early contact or not playing the ball. A good solid DPI call. In this play, gentlemen, we want to stay with the number 2 man as he goes down. We're going to lose sight of it, but we'll get a real good look at the playing through the back on the replay. But we're going to lose sight right there, and he's going to cut to the outside toward the head linesman, and you can see number 20 went right through the back of number 11. And the replay here will stay with him as he comes down, and you can see that he's broken off, and there comes 20, and 20 is not going to get there, so he just goes through his back, keeps him from making the catch, and we get one more look at it. It's a good solid DPI call, playing through the back. In this play, gentlemen, it's actually the number 2 man in from the line judge's side that we lose sight of, but watch it as it comes back to the goal line. You're going to see that as the pass is thrown, the defender appears to go right through the back of the receiver at the goal line pylon, pushing the field judge off the pylon. But we have a no call. But before we make a judgment on this, let's make sure we look at the end zone shot. As you can see here, you can see that the defender is going right straight through the back of the receiver, number 6, and this is DPI, playing through the back, and it's one that we would want call. So this should be DPI. As we watch this play, gentlemen, stay with the 2 at the top, and we'll see him right at the goal line. The defender's going to grab him right there. He grabs his arm and restricts him from going after the ball. So he restricts the receiver by grabbing him. As we go to the replay, you'll see right here, very close, they're just kind of feeling each other, nothing here, nothing here. Now watch the defender, 13, he's going to hook his arm right there, and he's going to drag it. He's got restrict it, and we've got DPI correctly called. In this play, gentlemen, we want to stay with this receiver right here, who's only going to go down about 5 yards, and then he's going to cut back to the middle, and you can see that he's wrapped up right there. So we got to grab and restrict, and we have a no call. this is one that we do want to make a call on, gentlemen. Here's the end zone shot. There's the man that's going to go down. There's the defender that's going to grab him and restrict him. So just stay with it as he moves. You can see right there as he comes across, he grabs him, wraps him, restricts him, and we should have DPI. That is a call that we must make. Here's one more look at it, and you get an even better look. You can see how 56 has already wrapped the man, so DPI should be the correct call. In this play, gentlemen, stay with that man right there. As he goes out towards the head linesman's side, you see the defender comes across. He lays an arm into him, and so he pushes him off with his arm. So we have a arm bar correctly called. Here's a up close look at it. You can see as he breaks off, number 3 sticks his arm in right there and pushes him. So DPI is the correct call. Good solid call. This is another good example of an armbar. If you watch the defender, he's going to lay his arm right across the chest of the receiver, number 23. And as you look at this one, you just get the same view again, just from a little different angle. But then now you're going to get to look at the foul up close right there, the arm across the chest. Good call, DPI. In this play, gentlemen, you want to watch these two here. The defender is in the process of riding the receiver out of bounds, or cutting him off as we refer to it. You'll see right here he's not playing the ball, but he's pushing him off his original route, so we call that a cutoff. And again, you get one more look at it. He cuts him off, drives him out of bounds, so we have a correct call for DPI for cutoff. In this play, gentlemen, we just get the replay of the original play, but you can see the defender, number 15, is going to push number 6 off his route. He's pushing him off his route, hoping that he doesn't make the catch, but he still makes the catch. But cutoff is a proper call and was the correct call for this. You'll see the wide angle here. He reaches in, pushes him off his route, so good call for DPI cutoff. In this play, gentlemen, we want to stay with the receiver to the top towards the head linesman's side as he goes down into the end zone. You'll see a little hook and turn. See the defender kind of puts his hands around his waist and turns him, preventing him from getting to the ball. So we have a hook and turn, or a hook and restrict. Here's the other angle of it. You can see that he's restricting receiver in an attempt to get to the ball by hooking and turning him. And we'll get one more look coming up right here. This is a correct call for DPI. This is the example of the hook and turn. In this play, gentlemen, we want to stay with this outside receiver who's the field judge's man. But as he goes across the middle, you'll see that we have DPI called by the back judge. This is a hook and turn, as you'll see right here. Watch, see, he hooks him. Now he pulls his arm, so he restricts his movement to the ball. So we have an example of hook and turn here. Here's one more look at it. You can see that the defender goes high, rakes his shoulder. Now he's going to take and turn it, pull him away from the ball, so he restricts his movement to the ball. So a good example of hook and turn, DPI, correct call. In this play, gentlemen, stay with that receiver there. We're going to talk about the first one that we mentioned earlier about offensive pass interference, that of the receiver gaining separation to make the catch. And while we don't see it on this wide angle shot, we will get a better look when we get up close on the replay. So the offensive pass interference is the correct call, as you're going to see as we follow 81. The receiver in 17. Now watch 81. He's going to push his hand right there, push off, get a separation, make the catch, and complete the catch. So offensive pass interference is the correct call. In this play, watch the slot man in. We're going to lose right there, but he goes down and drives through a defender, comes back and makes the catch, which is the second thing that we had mentioned earlier about offensive pass interference, that of driving through the defender who has established his position. Now here's the replay of that, so you can see number 17 is going to go down. He just drives through the defender, so we have offensive pass interference under that category, correctly called. On this play, gentlemen, the third man in from the top is going to pick off a defender who's trying to cover number 4, which frees up number 4 to make and complete the catch and a huge gain. So this is what we call a pick play. It's offensive pass interference, and it's a good example of that. Now we're going to go to the replay of this, and you can see as number 4 at the bottom comes across, number 2 at the top comes in. That was the third man. He just picks that defender to keep the defender from getting to number 4. So offensive pass interference for a pick play is correctly called. This will conclude this training tape on offensive and defensive pass interference. It's my hope that the plays that we've shown you examples of will benefit you during the year as you study the passing game and Rule 7 involving pass interference, both offensive and defensive. Also, I would suggest that you continue to study the philosophies of the game and the philosophies that we've put out from the CFO, and I want to wish you the very best for the season 2012. Good luck.